Oh, wow. It literally just came off the deck. Well, here goes nothing. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to BlueExodus, and we are back on the Savage Creek. This thing has started to become a nightmare. But before I get into it, just wanted to tell you what we go through. I pull in a new fuel line. The owner that had the boat before me said that the gas tank was pressure tested. So I pull a new fuel line, I start the motor, and then I find out something that is not the greatest thing in the world. It's just gonna involve a little bit more work, but we will get to it, and stay tuned. First things first, I got some 10 wire, and it's solid, and I took my little Syntec inspection camera. All right, I got my wire fed into here, into the console. I got it wrapped around the steering wheel. And this is going all the way down in the bottom of the boat, coming up right here. I had to switch around because of this thing here, so hopefully I can get that bend in it. Let's see what happens. Gonna have to do a little bit at a time. So I was pulling on it and pulling on it, and the cinder wire is still right here. I tied some half hitches in it with a clove knot to lock it down, and it's really tight, man. I don't get it, but look at this. We have the hose. Let's go. Keep working on it, and then I'm gonna get it around to the back, and then we'll be putting our fuel water separator on, getting it tied into the tank, and let's get it done. Yeah, I did see this thing run. It runs pretty good, but I want you guys to see it run. This is what I'm gonna throw in there, a little Atwood fuel water separator. Just to have something. I never had one on it before, so that's gotta be better than what we had. I think I'm gonna have to put it on this side, up under here, which is fine. This tank right here probably hadn't had fuel in it in a long time. I'm debating on if I should put a borescope down in there and see if it's dirty or not. I guess there's really not much I can do if it is dirty, so let's just send it. That's what we got a fuel water separator for. All right, I ended up busting this out. I definitely would highly recommend this instead of sitting here and pumping the ball. I just got a whole bunch of fuel to come out. Obviously that bucket was dirty, but that is way better than using the primer ball. I just got some fuel in there. It's starting to... Well, here goes nothing. Well, this project just got a little bit more interesting. It's been pouring down rain since I got home, and I just got a chance to get out here. You guys bear with me. I got some really bad news on the project skiff here on the tunnel hull. So I filled up the, you guys saw me fill the tank. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna go out here and check it and make sure it's good. So I smell fuel really bad. The owner told me that he pressure tested the tank and I should I should have pressure tested the tank before I put fuel in it, but it is what it is. But if you can look right there in that corner, it's all wet. If we wait long enough, and you can smell fuel really bad. So this tank is bad. So we got to get another fuel tank. I'm definitely gonna, at least it's in the front and it's easy to cut and easy to re-glass and all that stuff. It's not going to be too terribly bad to do. It's not like a floor or anything like that, but I could smell fuel really bad. So I'm going to try to suck all the fuel that I put in there and back in my fuel, my gas can, so it's not just continuously leaking into my bilge. But man, this project just got way harder. I thought it was gonna be quicker than this, but I have a really good welder that can make me a tank. Just want to throw this out there, man. If you guys been wondering where my dog's been, he tore his ACL, man. He's got a little sleeve on him. He just had surgery this week, so if everybody could pray for him, man. He's out here. He's still a shop dog. Colt, you're a good boy. Yeah, you're a good boy. So we've been dealing with that too, guys. I'm still trying to progress on everything, and you know, one setback just makes for a comeback, you know. So little plumber's pipe tool, stick it down here. So I took a piece of scrap hose, put a bolt in it, and just tightened it up for that side. We got the fill all blocked off, and then I took the vent off the side and connected my low pressure gauge to it. And we're about to add, I think, about 5 pounds because it's an aluminum tank. I was talking with my welder buddy earlier today, and he said that he puts like 10 pounds in them, but I don't want to do that. That's 1 pound. I can hear it moving in there. Oh, wow. It literally just came off the deck. I pumped it up and it's not even screwed in. So the tank is almost completely loose. It was never even screwed in. Wow. Got it right at 4. It's already dropping. All right, after about 5 minutes, it has dropped to 3 pounds. So there is for sure a leak. I think I'm gonna leave it pressurized overnight and see if it just keeps on going down. I'll probably come back and check it, but we're probably gonna have to cut this deck. And that's gonna be a job, but we'll be able to do it way better than it was before. If you look here, it's, you know, you can tell that it wasn't done the greatest, and we'll get that thing looking really good. Well, that's all I got on this one. You got to see the motor run. I got a new fuel line, but it's not helping me at all if the fuel tank's leaking, but it is what it is. We'll see you on the next one. Peace, guys. Thanks for watching.